Welcome everybody to another episode of Draw with Mikey. It's a pleasure having you all along for another hopefully Wednesday upload. Sometimes it's a bit pushed back. Today's Tuesday, by the way, whilst I'm doing this recording, so probably this is going to be up on a Wednesday in time, but sometimes it's a Thursday as well. So let's just call it like the midweek thing we do. For those of you who are new, welcome along. Thanks for subscribing. Basically, this is the kind of whatever series. It's completely random. It's mostly about reading through your comments and seeing what's going on with you guys whilst I draw whatever the hell I bloody hell want to into the sketchbook. And I guess it's like an opportunity for maybe you to kind of crack on with your own artwork in the background whilst I'm doing mine, or maybe you're doing something, you know, completely different, which is absolutely fine. We can talk about anything here. Doesn't have to just be art themed. That's the whole vibe. So what's going on in your comments from the last episode? The good little strawberry games says, Mikey, please, can you draw a xenomorph, because me and my art club pals have been challenged to draw an army of them. Thanks. And Gambar Kun says, yes, do it, Mikey, do the drawing. And Ducknarm says, do it, Jedi. Oh, cheers, bro. So yeah, loads of likes on that one, which is why it's sitting at the top of my comments list. Basically, yes, you know what? It's probably you, if not somebody else, has actually asked me to do some xenomorph drawings previously. And I've probably said, because you know what, I'm going to do it, by the way. Next DWM, xenomorphs. That's a promise. God, I hope I don't forget. Because the problem is every time I'm just like, whenever we do this DWM, you guys suggest loads of stuff and I write it in tabs and it goes into this little notepad file. And then I just never look at it, like, because then I just get the sketchbook out sometime and think, oh, I feel like drawing. I might as well record it for next Wednesday. And then I completely forget to do all of the things that we've probably discussed. So thanks for bearing with. Xenomorphs, next week. Gonna happen. Also, haven't said it yet. Get yourself a cup of tea. Not going to lie, I haven't done this with a cup of tea for quite a while. It's been coffee a lot recently. Estavius Smith says, hey Mikey, hello Estavius, can you do a lip drawing vid? There's good ones out there, but it's either not the right style or not narrated. By the way, are you a freelance artist? Wow, Devon says, I second that. Lips and faces and tutorials in details. Yes, that is on El Listo, so don't worry there. That's certainly something we're going to dive into more in the future as well. And yes, I am also like a freelance hobby artist, I guess, because I still have a day job, but basically right now I'm closed for commissions because we've still got the made stuff to do by Art Your Design, and once that's out of the way, I will be opening commissions again, but I'll like put up a video about that and I'll make like a channel. I still haven't made a channel trailer. This channel's been going for a while. I need to do that as well. Like the guy from YouTube got back to me and he was like, look at your analytics and do A, B and C. So we're going to crack on with all sorts of things. So hold this space, man. Hold your breath. And then, yeah, I'll probably be doing artworks and commissions and ting. Kaylin Hoke says, I'm ready for some super sexy anime Saturday. Can you do Sarah's from Hellsing? Oh, man. For the SAS, we call it Fan Art Friday now or something else. Because do you remember, like, YouTube's getting, like, really hot now in terms of what's appropriate content for advertising? So you can't use the word sexy in any of your videos, or I guess they get blocked or de-advertised. But it's still the SAS. We know what's going on. And yeah, man, Sarah's Victoria has been on a SAS to-do list for a while because she's Uber and she's got that kind of good vamp vibe. Tyrone Thomas says, just wondering, does commenting actually help YouTubers? No, I don't know. I think so. So yeah, so basically, how to put it? I reckon it does. Oh, in terms of, well, okay, so like I've just started the answer to that question like 3 different times there. If you're talking about you as a person commenting on my videos, does that help me as a YouTuber? I have no idea. It shows engagement on YouTube engagement reports, and they have these incredibly in-depth mental analytical systems. It's all like calculations and formulas in the background of mathematics that kind of decide how important a video is and where it gets advertised and stuff like that. So that might help. It certainly helps for this series because the whole point of the DWM is that I get to see what's going on with you guys. I read your comments. So yeah, like if you all went silent on me, then this series would probably stop very quickly. Please don't boycott it. In terms of commenting, in terms of me commenting, like me commenting, wait, what? Just wondering, does commenting actually help YouTubes? In terms of me replying to your comments, there we go, found it. Then Well, I just like to do that. I don't care if it helps my channel or not, because obviously I like to engage with you guys to a limited degree. Like not every single day. Sometimes I like to stay in bed. But in terms of like the engagement, I think it's really important in that, like, how to put it? You can do whatever you want and make a video out of it. And YouTube is a really good way, as long as it's safe for work, to kind of like, you know, put it out there, and it immediately gives you access to an audience. But if you kind of like want to make something and show it off to an audience, then I think you probably want to hear from that audience and sort of see what they think about it and make better things. And so, yeah, engaging in the comments and like replying to people encourages people to comment back to you more. Like if you see loads of people comment like a particular channel and they never reply, you're going to stop commenting after a while, because you're just like, what's the point? But probably not even reading it, which kind of defeats our purpose. If you want to make a video and put it out there, that's really cool. But I think if you want to build like some kind of community, even if it's in a very loose sense of a word, then yeah, you need to kind of dig in and get involved as a YouTuber and as a viewer. Get them comments going. Casper W with a C says, the legend says he'll reply if you're early as fuck. And yes, so at the moment, I never do it any one way. There's no way to ensure it. But like, I'm just got the top comments up from the last video from last week, and I've just expanded it so I can read all the way down and just respond. Sometimes I have first comments and then, you know, kind of goes down in date order and stuff like that. But yes, I do respond if you're early AF. Well done. And Steelfire Beast says, I love your time-lapse and Draw with Mikey series. It helps me get into drawing when I can. Really cool, dude. I'm really pleased to have you along. Minecraft Nazi, always a favourite, says, hey Mikey, I just wanted to know, what is your favourite anime of all time? Hashtag hardcore crew. Oh, is this going to be the question that I'm going to make out of this video? That's a very good question. What, everybody? I'll ask the question right back at the crowd. What is your favourite anime of all time? I must have asked this question as well before, but for me, and this is like not a set in stone answer, so I'm going to kind of say like it's automatically definitely in my top 3 favourite anime of all time, but it might not be number 1, who knows. And I'm going to probably say, oh, I know I should say Dragon Ball and stuff. I'm going to say Hunter x Hunter. I think it's going to have to be the Hunter x Hunter remake. It is so good. It is so damn good. Like, if you don't know about Hunter x Hunter or Hunter x Hunter or Hunter x Hunter with like Gon and Killua and Len, it is so thorough. It's a really good thing, and it's a very slow burn. It's not like when people say, oh, you've got to watch this TV series, the first 2 seasons are shit, but it gets really good from seasons 3 to 8, because you're just like, no, fuck you, I don't want to watch, you know, 2 seasons of really boring stuff just so I can be addicted to something you are. But with Hunter x Hunter, it is a slow burner. The first 5 episodes maybe are just all pastel and chilled out, and then it starts to pick up the pace, and where it goes is so bloody good. So damn good. Automatically in my top 3. If somebody put a gun to my head and I didn't have time to think about it, I'd say that's my favourite for right now. Minecraft Nazi, what's yours? Everybody, what is yours? Oh, by the way, I've just remembered. So, at the moment in Sketchbook, what you're watching is off the back of doing a Draw Simple Easy How to Draw Finn and Jake from Adventure Time. Come on, everybody, with Draw with Mikey, where he just draws stuff and you get to listen along. Oh, I'm not going to do that. It's fucking awful. But basically, I did a really simple Draw Simple Easy of cartoon characters instead of anime stuff. Simple shapes, also because it's less strain on my hand, which is still healing. I'm just going to mention this all the time until my level of art skill picks up again. This will be a great excuse. Like, people will be like, hasn't he sprained his hand like 5 years ago and he's still using that? Yeah, he is. So basically, now in the sketchbooks, I was having a look online for like just Princess Bubblegum and Marceline pictures. And I came across this one which was really, really nice. So I've just been basically kind of sketching out a very loose interpreted copy of it, because the original artwork is actually really beautiful and it's full of these colours. They're all kind of pastely and really, really nice. And just before people sort of say, oh, Mikey, is this your original work? And someone goes, no, he's stealing it. And I'm totally not stealing it, but copying out something I really liked. And I've saved the tab. And this artist is called Caleb Thomas. CalebThomas. So if you like Google his work, oh man, it's just really nice stuff. He knows how to set up a really nice and colourful picture. The kind of style he's got is a little bit different, obviously, than Adventure Time, and it's leaning towards anime, but not quite there. And I don't manage to recreate that with any of the quality. I just liked it enough that I wanted to have a stab at it, because that's probably something you guys find all the time with your own art. Oh, by the way, going on a complete tangent here, I have to write on my notepad What is your favourite anime? Question mark. Otherwise, I'll completely forget by the end of this video what question I'm going to use for the title of this video. Excellent. Obviously, you've already read the title of this video, but this is the moment where it just came to me. Courtesy of Minecraft Nazi. Back to the tab that's got all the things. Anyway, yeah, so Caleb Thomas, check out his artwork. I have no idea who that guy is, but, oh, it's really, really nice. So what I was getting at is that if you guys love the art, which is, 9 out of 10 reasons why you're probably here, let's say 8 out of 10, 2 out of 10 is just boobs. But if you kind of like the art and stuff, when you see something, another artwork that's really nice, it gets your own juices flowing and you're just like, oh man, I want to draw that. And then you just sit down and you start drawing it, which is why when I get the motivation to fill out the sketchbook a little bit and start recording it, I often completely forget all the pre-planned things I might want to put into the sketchbook because I'm just kind of doing it off a wing, which is exactly what a sketchbook is for. You can use it for projects and set ideas, and you can use it for all the random shit that falls out of your brain or that you want to interpret from other people's work. And that's the whole point of this series, because it's not a pre-planned kind of thought out process. It's just, putting whatever I want in a sketchbook. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. And that is the whole point of the sketchbook, man. It's not a precious thing. Put whatever you want into it. Anyway, so that's the answer to that. It's got a massive tangent. Daisuke Uchiha says, I'm still waiting for Ruby and Bayonetta. Oh, yeah, we've still got to get back to that. And Artisan Scarborough says, finally, he's back. Glad the hand's okay, dude. Cheers, sir. It's like, it's definitely going to mend, and it should be like 100%, the doctor promised me, because you could tell I was getting really upset, in about, 3 more weeks or something like that, just in time for going to Vegas. We'll get back to that. And Dowsing Fire says, like, your name is Dowsing Fire, like this Asian name, but I've just realised as I read it out loud what it's supposed to be. Nice. Yo, Mikey, I drew Motoko Kusanagi. Please check it out and comment on how to improve. Thanks. And you've got a Newgrounds page. Oh, man. I really need to get to... So, like, all of you guys in this series are giving me great advice. And, like, 10, 20 episodes, you guys were like, get on Newgrounds if you're not already on there and put your artwork on there. And I was like, oh, yeah, totally. I'll totally do that. And then I completely forget. This image is loading very slowly. Am I downloading something in the background, or is it just really high res? Oh, dude! Yeah, that's really fucking good. He's done like those massive bobblehead semi-chibi version of Motoko Kusanagi, but the like actual proportions and shading is really colourful on point, and he's got a Tachikoma in the background, and I fucking love the Tachikoma. Ah, dude, Dowsing Fire. If any of you are so inclined, go back to the last episode, get into the comments and check that out. That, sir, is really, really bloody good. Comments on how to improve? I've got nothing, mate. I really like your art style. It's really fun and really bouncy. Yeah. Maybe the only thing, and I'm looking for criticisms simply because you've asked for them and I can't find any to have a go at, is the pupils of the eyes aren't perfectly even, and the line weight that you use for the face, for the under edge of the chin and the jawline, is uniquely light compared to the line weight you use for the rest of the body. So you could even them out. And that's just me being an arsehole, because this is actually really, really good. But you asked for it, so there you go. Ah, fuck, that's really good. I like that. I like that colourful art. Really getting into the colourful art after just spending about 5 minutes on the internet again. It happens quite often for me. But I never do it. I just get that black pen out and stick it on white paper. Did that sound really weirdly racist? Black pen, white paper? Because the black marks are... Oh, let's not go down this... No, not going to go on that chain of thought, because I'll say some like really un-okay stuff I don't mean. Angel Smith says, nice to see if your hand is healing. Thank you very much, Angel Smith. Although I am apparently now a racist in the back of my head, like I'm really paranoid about what I was thinking about. I have a new graphics tablet and I can't wait to practice digital art. Angel Smith, that new graphics tablet is going to change up your art style and change how you approach your art. It's like... It's a real journey. It's not going straight from paper and just translating it, which is really disappointing, but really good because it forces you to expand your skill set. But like I see, oh God, have I got my phone near me? Oh no, it's miles away. I'm not going to bother getting it. There's somebody I follow on Instagram. She's like a really big, powerful artist. There's nothing amateur about her. But I see like she puts up these videos where she gets her line work done on the tablet and just fucking makes it look so fucking easy. Whereas I'm still... If I do stuff straight in a tablet, like the Motoko Kusanagi Saturday video that we did, it's like painted on, if you know what I mean. I can kind of get rough lines and then I have to paint down a smoother final line, where she puts on like this digital ink layer like it's nothing. Oh man, I'm so gel. Islab says, no, keep the sentence going. It was entertaining. Mystery box. Oh, yeah. So this is the problem. I have to like stop myself from talking into certain avenues and topics, otherwise it gets really unokay. And Uzu says, I don't understand. Why did you speak French for a moment? Comment est-ce que je... wait, what? Why did I speak French? Comment est-ce que je parle le français? Oui, parce que j'aime le français et la langue de tout le monde. Mais pour moi, la langue, c'est très difficile. Something like that. Basically, yeah, if somebody has put a comment in French, then I'll probably have to read it in French, because I don't pre-read your comments, I just go through it. And although I am awful at other languages and I destroy them, I really butcher them, so I do apologise. I do love other languages, and when I hear people speaking foreign languages, I'm just like, oh, that's so fucking awesome. And then Kid Fresh Lit TL34, I've been trying to work my way through the standalone complex again before the movie comes out. I think I'm going to have to do a major Motoko fan art soon. Everybody's getting on that Motoko vibe. Nice one. Psychomantis, yeah, in the standalone complex, there are some real dud episodes in that, but all the Laughing Man stuff, the overarching stuff, is really powerful. And it goes on about the whole development of funding into the cyber brains instead of using nanobot technology in humans and stuff like that. It was incredible. Hernan Cuevas says, can you do more torso tutorials, please? Yes, I can in future. I will. I do actually really want to do another torso tutorial. The last one was weirdly popular, but just to kind of really break down those shapes a little bit more and really clarify it up. Lisa Hopetswe? I've got no... See, just talking about reading other language here. Wat adgar, I werde sie orga aus... Sorry if my engelska is bad. So, I mean, let's just copy and put this into Google Translate. I hope I haven't just sworn in another language. Let's just open this new tab. Translate. Paste. Obviously, I didn't even read that correctly. English detected to English. It's not English, though, is it? I've just realised that I'm just not reading your comments anymore or talking. It's just me trying to get Google Translate to understand a sentence whilst I just make beep noises to myself. It's not English to English. Where the fuck has that ever been English? Okay, I'm going to force it to understand this. I'm just going to pick something Slavic, or let's go Polish. Now translate it to English. Okay, basically, I don't know what you said. I hope it was nice. Thank you very much for commenting. Louisa Hobbitsway. What adgark I'd rather see org else. So I'm assuming, if I had to guess, I'm saying... what, like, I'd rather see owls? Like, maybe I did some owls for a DWM episode maybe a long time ago. Sorry if my Engelska is bad. Oh, no, dobrze, mluvite dobrze angielski. But, you know, I don't speak amazing other languages. So, Yoshik Viking says, don't know if this is the right place for an SAS request, but I'd love to see 2B from Nier Automata. That's been a massive request. I've had, like, massive bump in requests for that one as well. Got to do for my art your design though. Got to get out of the way. And Wild Evan says, since us Americans can do British accents all the time, can you do an American impression? Please don't stop the SAS. We're not going to stop it. We're just going to like retitle it. It's still definitely going to be what it is. But with all those changes YouTube put into effect over the weekend, like one of my really popular SAS ones, which is the Korean girl from Overwatch. I forget her name right now. You know the one, she drives that pink combat mech. That's been restricted, that video. They've restricted it as adult content. I'm just like, there's no like boobs or there's no like nipples or like, you know, genitalia or anything like that in it. It's just art video. But you know, it does have the word sexy in it, so YouTube freaks out these days because they still want their advertising. So you've got to kind of like, you know, you've got to adapt with the changes and work your way around the beast and work out how you're still going to make your content. But it's still going to be the SAS, but we just can't, you know, spell it out, basically. How weird is that? Society. And an American impression. You know what? I used to live in America, believe it or not, in Georgia when I was a kid. I'll have to do, like, you know, draw my life one day. And apparently when I moved over to the UK, I was born in England, but I spent my childhood out in the States. I had like a really... I'm not trying to offend anyone, but I personally had a really fucking horrible American accent that was really off-putting, apparently. So, yeah. An American accent? All right, let's do some next. Oh, God, I'm just going to put people off this show altogether. John Mister says, hey, please, Mikey, draw Mass Effect Andromeda. Yeah, will do. And ASD says, oh, God, this is Hee-haw! New video! I came in my panties a tiny bit. I'm fucking really impressed myself. Checkpoint 011 says, what do you plan to do for a 100k subscriber special? Well, Checkpoint 1011, I just told you, maybe a Draw My Life. It won't be that. I'm going to do, I don't know, like old sketchbook drawings. I have to do a channel trailer. I have to launch some more stuff on Patreon. Eventually some other bits. I had like an idea for something, but that idea's completely escaped me. But yeah, I do have to do a 100k subscriber special. Absolutely so. Or like, you know, 100k celebration week where we'll just do a few themes out of the normal. Isazlo Justin says, yay! You notice I've stopped that American accent already. I just sorry. Like, the idea of putting on accents is just entertaining me. Not even doing them. Fucking hell. Oh, I'm going a little bit mental. Yay! I just started drawing a friend. I'm trying to redraw her picture. Manga style. You're a big help. Keep up the good work, Mikey. So here's a challenge for you. As we all know, you don't want to get arrested. But why don't you make a mainstream lolly look older? For example, the girl from Light of Tsukumi Manor. I swear I only know this name because of memes. Don't call the police. Oh my goodness. If I type in Light of Tsukumi Manor and it takes me to Lolicon, you're going to be immediately banned from this channel. But if it's all safe images on Google, let's have a quick look. Careful. So I've got a feeling Google Safe Images is keeping this. Oh no. Oh no, I don't like any of that. Jesus Christ, that's man, you know when you just, you know, you're gonna have to delete your internet history and like reinstall Windows. Like nothing bad came up, but it all hinted at badness. I didn't like that. Islao Justin, don't ever make suggestions to me ever again. I won't ban you off a channel, but like, Jesus Christ, no. Udsway, I'm going to ban him later. Udsway, love Danger Girl and J. Scott Campbell's works. This was a treat, Mikey. Oh, you know about Danger Girl? Yes, so like, really randomly, I just found in a secondhand bookstore, it was like the artwork behind the comic. It's like this, you know, not Danger Girl comic, but artist book, for like £5. No, it's like £2.50 or something years ago. And I only like pulled it off a shelf the other day. So yeah, it was a treat. I'm really glad you like it. Would I do more comic style stuff like Danger Girl? Yeah, maybe I will in the future, Udsway. And Lenti Art says, yo, Mikey, I always wonder, when I draw using references, how can I get better at making it look more exact? It's always some details that are not 100% well made, but it still turns out to be good anyway, but I want it to be the same. Any advice? Should I just keep drawing using references until I get better? Or is there another way to learn it faster? Technically, we've covered this topic a lot. Technically, getting that technical skill down in, it's learning to look sharper and sharper. And if your version is still not exact, then short of just measuring it with your fingers or just trying to get a reference, like, not to like actually get the drawing done, because that'd be mental, but get out a bloody ruler and work out how long's that head compared to that distance of whatever A, B or C you're not quite doing right is, and measure it against the way you're doing it and see if it is accurate or not. Because even slight variations and being lightly off with your line work can have a massive impact on the overall quality of your image. Obviously, it sounds like you're kind of happy with getting stuff done nonetheless, which is excellent. But yeah, when it comes to that technical stuff, pick yourself out like quite a technically messed up piece, like something that's got a lot going on. Break it down into different sections and basic shapes, learn to simplify a complicated image, and then just make sure you get all of these references and different sizes, the right shapes and bits, if that's your thing. If you need to learn to be a better artist in a bit more of a general sense, then keep drawing all the time, work on different things, but how to put it? Practice with intent. I like to draw in a sketchbook just because I want to draw stuff, but when it comes to actually, if I want to practice, I have to have a completely different mindset and practice with intent of actually focusing on something and getting better at it. So that's where you really do want to dive into more tutorial videos and things like that and really focus on working on your style. It's a completely different thing than just drawing a lot. So like, I heard from a thing years and years ago, this isn't my idea, but somebody said, it's not practice that makes perfect, It's perfect practice that makes perfect. So, for example, if you play something badly all your life, that's not going to make you be better at it. If you force yourself to play something correctly, I'm just giving an instrument metaphor here. If you force yourself to play a piano song correctly, no matter how slowly you do it, and then don't speed up but force yourself to do it correctly and perfectly every time, and then let that slowly build up its pace, that's how you make perfect. Learning to play a song that's almost correct and playing it almost quite well and doing that a lot is only going to teach you how to play something almost correctly. It's not going to help you be perfect. That's a really kind of, I hope that makes sense as a kind of idea. But perfect practice makes perfect, not practice makes perfect. So yeah, take that home with you. Good knowledge. You're lucky. Well done. Welcome. Pandaluna says, how do you draw and talk at the same time? Pandaluna, come on. I don't. So let's have a quick look. Because there's a lot of answers to his comments, which mostly involve he doesn't. And then Pandaluna's like, then how does that work? And Izalzo Justin, the guy who just made me link to some lolicon, says he probably pre-records a drawing with the genius coat hanger phone combo. It is still the coat hanger phone combo, but the phone's better these days. Although it's randomly been turning itself on and off just recently, so I'm a little bit worried about it. And Pandalana says, not to sound dumb, but in translation, and basically what this comments, I'm just reading through all of this, something Slayer X nails it. I record myself sketching in the sketchbook, and then separately, right now, I'm drinking coffee. I don't even know if you can hear that. I'm recording myself on the microphone, whilst in front of me on the screen, I've got all of your comments from the previous episode. When I first started the series, I think it's like the first 5 or 10 episodes. If you go into the playlist and scroll all the way back to the first 10 episodes, I'm pretty sure that's what happened, is that I was recording and drawing all at the same time. Literally just sitting there with a sketchbook, sketching out sketches and talking about something and reading your comments. Maybe like talking to myself more than anything. But as this series got more popular, there's just shitloads of comments now to work the way through. So it's because it didn't get much sketching done either. So it's much easier to sketch separately and read separately. It lacks that interaction, which is why I might have to start, practicing with live streaming and stuff for this series, maybe on a Wednesday, so that we can kind of wrap it all into one, even though it'll probably be about 2 hours long every pop. But at the moment, this is the format that works for me. Psychomantis says, wow, Appleseed, Zeromia, Macross Robotech, and MD Geist, Vampire Hunter D, and Detonator Organ. Are you just listing off powerful old school classic anime? Because I'm very impressed if you are. That's an excellent list of stuff, which I have a lot of time for in pretty much every respect. But you've got no context around just listing that off. So yes, that is indeed a great list of things, Psychomantis. Thank you. A West Gaming Show says, nice to see you back, Mikey. Thank you very much. West Gaming Show. Drawing is a lot more fun with your voice in my ears. Sorry if that sounded creepy. Not creepy at all. I hope you like it as much as I do. Sean Collider says, hello, Mikey. Your art is really good. Thank you very much, sir. And I like your videos. By the way, can you draw lightning from Final Fantasy 13? That would be cool. Unlike the game, it might well be. And Yandari J says, I'm not hating on 13. It's just, a bit linear. Yandari J says, a lot of artists seem to be riding this Ghost in the Shell train. Not that I blame them. I just hope the movie is good. Not that you'll go to the theatres and support it. So, because obviously some of you might know, I've got another YouTube channel. I've got 2 others now. Film Cram, where, talk about films, obviously, and cram down films as well, make these summaries and stuff. And I'm working on this really long Game of Thrones thing at the moment. But despite that, I have made myself, ever since the first 2 trailers, not watch anything about Ghost in the Shell, not read anything about the Ghost in the Shell movie, and not watch, because they released the first 15 minutes with a film somewhere, and then they released 4 minutes of the actual film just online or something. So I've not watched that in particular because deep down in my heart of hearts, I believe, really sadly, that it's going to be a veneer that looks like the Ghost in the Shell world but misses the entire point and is a completely different and not very good film. But I want to believe that I'm wrong, and I want it to possibly just be okay. All I need is for it not to be shit, and I'll be happy. So yeah, I'm absolutely just getting back on a Ghost in the Shell vibe because of that. But my god, I really hope they don't fuck that one up. I've made a Ghost in the Shell crammed video. So the original Ghost in the Shell, crammed down to I don't know, inside of 15 minutes or something like that. That covers a lot of its topics as well. And I've got it on Film Cram, but at the moment, I've got to ask the guys who own a copyright for the European and American distributing for manga to allow that video to actually be online, because at the moment it's blocked, but it is like a legitimate fair use kind of thing, so I'm hoping that's going to come back. So that's ready to go live. So when that is, I'll put a link on this channel, because there's quite a strong anime manga crowd here, and hopefully that will be useful and you'll like it. We'll see how that goes. Or they won't release a copyright and it will never be available in the States, so I'll just upload it to Facebook because they have no heuristic software that's any good, and you can all watch it there. 11 Jinjin says, hey Mikey, hello Jinjin, just wanted to mention that the 90s manga accessibility in Canada, since you mentioned yours. Oh yeah, man, when you got to get the VHS and stuff like that. So what's going on at your end? We had this cool foreign films channel that would air a random selection of R-rated mangas at about 3 a.m. Oh shit, you know what, we had not a foreign films channel, but back in the day we had Channel 4. Back in the day, by the way, in my day, there were 4 channels in England: BBC 1, BBC 2, Channel 3, also called ITV or Meridian, and Channel 4. And in a very similar way, at about 2 or 3 in the morning randomly, they might air episodes of Fist of the North Star, or they might put on Chinese martial arts films in the middle of the night. Yeah, that was really something else. Anyway, you saw Ninja Scroll, Macross Plus, I must see by the way, MD Geist, and Win Name Amnesia, and Patlabor 1 and 2. Yeah, it's crazy that you get this one channel that does this weird alternative stuff in this dead of night time slot. Yeah, I know what you mean. That really sounds like the sort of stuff Channel 4 used to do back in the day. Now, of course, there's a million channels. We went digital, we as a country went digital when? So basically in the UK we had normal TV, and then digital TV took over, and normal TV, they don't do normal TV anymore. Remember the digital switchover dates? Why am I looking this up? Basically, it started, by the looks of things, around about 2009 onwards. And we got rid of our TV at home because we needed a digital one to go with the times back in around about 2008, 2009. And then we never got another one. And I've never... sounds really like I live in a stick somewhere. Never had a TV since. But I do have the internet, so I do know what's going on in the world. And I do still stream, download, and watch recommended series and films. But yeah, no more TV for Mikey. Just... stop doing it. Now I don't even have the time. Julian's Random Drawing says, hey Mikey, hello Julian. Just drawing some stuff in a style of Old Boy. Oh, hello sir. The manhwa itself is awesome, so I thought I would draw it. Oh yeah, man. I think I've read the first issue or something like that, or series 1, and he cycles 25 miles to get in and out of Seoul or something like that. He's got a powerful leg technique. David, am I thinking of the right one? Oh boy. I'm not. I'm thinking of a manga for Ichi the Killer. I've made a terrible mistake there. The Old Boy I've not seen. I will have to look it up. But yeah, awesome shout. Old Boy is a hell of a film as well, and a great soundtrack. David Kyokushin says, hey Mikey, hello David. Do you think you could do a video on hair flow? I love the wavy figure that you gave for rightmost drawings. Hair, props props, you're entertaining and helpful. Oh, thank you very much. I'm obviously I should say, very, very pleased to have all of you along, especially if you're still around this long into the video. Hashtag hardcore lot. You know you are the hardcore crew. But yeah, when I keep mentioning there's a few more female tutorial videos to do, and I must do them sooner than later. It's hurting the channel that I don't. Spoiler alert, or not that you care. It's got to be short hair, it's got to be long hair, and it's got to be all about hair and fringes and how hair interacts with the face. So that's going to be the focus of probably the next few tutorials. I really shouldn't, basically, because I've got my Art Your Design stuff is pushed really far back because I'm just an awful person, and I need to get that out the way, and there's at least 3 more winners to announce for that, and obviously email them all the artwork and stuff. And then there's all the Patreon stuff that I've got to do for all my lovely supporters on there who've been super patient, and I must give them more rewards. And then in my head I'm just I'll do the tutorials after that, or get that back rolling. But maybe I should just start doing the tutorials and the My Art Your Design stuff both at the same time if I've got time to do it, which I probably won't. But yeah, I shouldn't hold back. We should just get cracking. Rusty Hound says, hello Mikey. Hey Rusty. Scruffy. Love your videos. What are your thoughts on chicken scratching? What? Is this an art technique? Chicken scratching. Are there any benefits to it, or is it just a bad habit? I'm conflicted because I like flowing lines done in one big stroke. Oh, I understand what you mean. But I'm more accurate and comfortable with lines broken up. I've rather recently switched to drawing mostly with a pen, and it seems to have somehow helped. So, maybe it's a small thing to be fussing about, and I'm observing over it too much. There's more to your thing. But it's really important to me and constantly on my mind lately when drawing. Ever since an old friend told me I have some chicken scratching lines. So if you notice, like in my tutorials, when I'm drawing for pencil and getting the basic lines on, yeah, mate, chicken scratch to your heart's content. I don't care. And I use chicken scratching, i.e. using a load of small strokes and smaller lines to build up an overall single line to make circles and stuff like that. Because you can't draw a perfect circle with a smooth stroke. Like, it's a sign of insanity to try to do so. So yeah, I use lots of little lines to break it up until I overall get the right feel and shape. And if we're talking about construction, yeah, use it as much as you want. And if we're talking about things that don't necessarily have to be too flowing, like hair, then I would say try to avoid it. Use it in the building blocks for your hair, but when it comes to stuff that flows, to carry that concept of weight and flow, you need to let your hand and the pen or the pencil flow as well. So building things up, building blocks, basic shapes, other designs, do it. Have a great time. For hair, flowing items and smoother lines, no, you're going to have to commit to your final art line a little bit more. Although you can still cheat, you can kind of build it up and make it look like a really smooth flow, but it's going to help you if you embrace both ideas. Peter Huey says, from the States, the personality you give the people that comment on your videos, comments is cool. You made me sound like a tough guy. Oh yeah, so sometimes I read it out. Now what do you think about your viewers not knowing much anime like me? I only watched about 30 minutes and read part of the Ghost in the Shell manga at the time of this comment. By the way, I found your channel through boobs. Many people do, sir. Many people do. What do I think about people who haven't read much anime? Well, nothing in particular. It's absolutely fine. Like, if you haven't read much manga or watched much anime, I would say there's really good manga that you could read and really good anime that you could watch, so give it a chance. But, you know, it's not like an elitist manga crowd only on here. It's totally fine. Yeah. And there is some really good stuff. So yeah, maybe Hunter x Hunter, seeing as I've just brought that up a bit earlier. I would say Hunter x Hunter is a bit of a slow burn, and it plays around with a lot of existing anime tropes and ideas that it might help you if you got into another anime first, weirdly enough. What's self-contained and excellent? Oh yeah, I'll tell you what, Cowboy Bebop. If you like don't watch much anime and you're not into it, I would certainly say try Cowboy Bebop. Give that a go. That is, you know what, that might, I don't know, is that also in my immediate top 3 ever anime with Hunter x Hunter? It's quite possibly. You know what, it's probably definitely top 5. Is it in top 3? Anyway, Cowboy Bebop is really good. If somebody said to me, recommend an ongoing anime that basically lasts for fucking ages and ages and ages, I would say Hunter x Hunter, hands down. If somebody said, recommend to me an anime that wraps up in no more than 26 episodes, I think that's how many there are, Cowboy Bebop, definitely. Yeah, so have a look at that, sir. But yeah, not knowing about it, it's fine, learn, I don't care. Shin Upload says, Mikey, your hand is magic. Careful. Gives me magic feelings, although it's quite damaged right now. It's like, if my hand is magic, then I would liken it to when Ronald Weasley bends his wand by accident. He like slightly breaks it and has to tape it back together. That's how my hand feels like. It's that kind of magic. Broken magic. Alex Bedios says, hey Mikey, your work is awesome. Thank you very much. You're doing a manga of your own thanks to my tutorials, and I've started reading in my point of view now. And you'll let me know what it's all about later. Keep up the good work. Hashtag mikeymegamega kicks ass. Thank you very much, Mr. Bedios. Very, very kind of you to say. Crack on with your work then. I want to hear all about it. Jessica Lansing says, yo Mike, should I use a ballpoint pen or a liquid pen like your Uniball? Love them both. Ball pen is good, but liquid one is what I want to play with. Hashtag hardcore crew. Yeah, the liquid rollerball pens have a much nicer line and texture when you're working on a nice thick bit of paper, like in my sketchbook. If you're going to work on something like printer paper, just use a ballpoint biro if you want to. You can use any equipment. It's nicer to have an artist pen or something a bit more particular for your own style. But yeah, use a ballpoint if you're working on normal paper. That's totes fine. Lucien Costa says, parabéns, fico muito bom desenho. Yay, so thank you very much. Muchas gracias, señor. Obrigado. I think that's one. But yeah, basically, cheers, dude. I'm glad you like it. And Lawyer Pada says, I've only ever watched Standalone Complex for Ghost in the Shell, plus I've only ever seen it on Adult Swim. I've never seen the whole series. Uh-oh. Hashtag hi, Mikey. Yeah. So, no worries at all. Like, I quite like Ghost in the Shell. I'm quite fond of it, but I'm not fond of all of it at all. In fact, I'm kind of only fond of 2 or 3 main parts of it, because there's a lot of rebooting and slightly re-amending the Ghost in the Shell franchise, which really waters it down, and it's not all that good. I'm not blindly in love with that at all, like I am some other stuff. I really love the concepts they go into, and in terms of the original anime, it was a massive, massive pillar, like I've gone on about in the last episode, a massively important thing culturally in terms of 90s anime. So it's really good like that. All the recent stuff, and like, I don't know if you've heard, but they've basically put a Ghost in the Shell skin onto a gun first-person shooter game and stuff, and it just looks like it completely misses the point of Ghost in the Shell. I'm not massively into any of that vibe at all, so don't worry about not knowing too much about it. But Standalone Complex, the Laughing Man stuff. There's the other stuff as well with the Individual 11, I think it's called, which is also quite good. The idea of... In fact, I don't want to spoil it. No, I'm not going to talk about it because it's very, very clever. But yeah, it's good to kind of watch if you want to. Just try to get through the filler episodes or watch the condensed summary episodes they did. They re-released the entire series as a single, 2-hour sort of special episode that cuts out all the crap and just gets straight to the point. It's not visually particularly good and the rhythm's a bit funny, but it does take you to the ending and the overall completion of the first series really quickly if you want to dive in like that. Dovis99 just had a massive breath there. Dovis99 says, "Sup, Mikey? Your channel's been a great help for improving my artwork. Together with Mark Crilly, you guys are like my double burglar of art. I will take you even if it must be by burglary." Double burgled. Double burgled sounds like a DP video, like on Pornhub. I don't know why it made me think of that, but that doesn't sound great. And, dude, mentioning my name within the same sentence as Mark Crilly is high praise indeed. I'm really glad you enjoy my videos. That guy is on his own completely different level, obviously. If I could look at your art and give you a pointer or two, you'd be very grateful, but it's fine if you don't want me to. I will open that in a new tab really quickly because we're coming towards the end of this episode and there's so many more comments to go. Well, all my pages are loading really slowly. My computer must be doing something in the background. Oh, dude, these are quite good, actually. Yeah, I like these. Yeah, you like your particular style. I recognise some of these characters from popular anime. And you've got a topless Rhea Scremery as well. Naughty. Very nice. Yeah, dude, nice. Keep it up. That's what I've got to say there. Most of you guys who are here probably are following my Facebook page where I do actually display your artwork. It develops organically. It wasn't the original point of the page, but you can always message me on there. But be warned, I won't get back to your message for another 4 or 5 months. I'm catching up at the moment. I'm making sure I'm displaying 2 bits of artwork every day until I'm up to date with messages, but I'm still really far behind. Got to pick up the pace. Joel says, hello Joel. Oh wait, you've double dropped a thing. Okay, in what order is this? Okay, for your art building blocks question, I've used some of your tutorials for a few things that I couldn't understand on my own, especially things regarding the relation of limb and facial features. They helped a lot. Good, I'm pleased. You only draw... Oh, I'll just read it. I keep going from your point of view to my point of view as I'm reading your things. So I'll just read it as you wrote it. They helped a lot. I only draw so that I can pass my work to be a better artist and pay them to redraw it well. Oh, right. So you get your ideas out and then you give it off to another artist to actually build it into a finished thing. Interesting. You have an essential tremor, so you can't trust your own art. Oh, okay, tough stuff, man. But keep up the focus. It just develops your style mainly. But yeah, there is challenges you got to work with, absolutely. But for building blocks, I take it to an extreme, using straight math and geometry for limb sizes and such. Neck is 1/5 of the head tall, etc. So it looks very amateur, but that's okay because it serves the purpose of making commissioned artist jobs easier and sometimes cuts the cost down. Nice. Yeah. Absolutely can do so. As long as you can just kind of get the idea of what you want across, that's fine. If you get too mathematical and constrained about your artwork, and by the way, that's fine when you're doing building design and physical objects, but when you do it for more flowing organic things and people, it can kind of eat into your character design and limit your creativity a bit with the style sometimes. But if it works for you and is a way of just expressing an idea to someone else, mate, smash it, good for you. You further say, geez, this is what I get for commenting whilst watching instead of waiting until the video is over. Lols, regarding how hard it was to get anime back in the day, yes, you were there too. You were lucky enough to have a great anime club, so people who'd go to Japan would then send back unmarked VHS tapes with different episodes of unknown anime, so you would be able to identify it for another decade or so. Oh, dude, that's an incredible, lucky dip into a different culture. Nice. Oh, man, that's so cool. Yeah, for any of you guys who are a little bit older or closer to my age, welcome to the young'uns as well. Younglings! It is absolutely, I'm really curious how you guys found anime and manga back in the day. Oh, I've already picked the title for that video. It's going to be What's Your Favourite Anime. Next time I want to hear about how, that affected you, or, if you were kind of, growing up a bit more, having your formative years in the 90s and early 2000s, How did you access anime before the internet really kicked off? Zoid Industries says, greetings! I recently found your channel and I'm definitely learning how to improve my own drawings. Good, pleased to hear it. For your how to draw boobs videos, I definitely helped me in that area. Before seeing those videos, most of my female drawings had F+ cups, but now I can work the entire spectrum of cup sizes. Good. And people see my channel and they see like my popular videos and they're like, oh, he's done how to draw boobs videos. He's obviously got a one-track mind. If you actually watch those videos and listen to them, I do in-depth discuss how I've got a real personal problem with the world of anime and manga over-sexualizing stuff and making boobs super massive, and I do try to bring it back down to size a bit, although I still draw massive myself, I know. Psychomantis further adds, sometimes you just go straight to the final drawing and check for mistakes to correct them on your next drawing, but you do a different drawing and check to see if you've made the same mistakes. Oh, you're kind of expanding on from earlier comments. So yeah, multiple dropping your drawing copies and like having another go at the same piece of art a little bit later to check your development is really good. I'd always say have a go at a similar piece of art, not exactly the same, just because life's too short to kind of cover old ground, I like to think. Wyatt Apooch says, hey Mikey, great video, thank you very much. You're drawing an original character for a competition and you look up my video and I've got half a page filled whilst you're still working on a framing for yours. But don't forget, dude, like however long it takes me to fill the sketchbook page is however long it takes. Sometimes it might just be an hour if I'm just filling it in with random rubbish. Sometimes it might be like 3 hours if I'm putting in something really detailed that takes ages and I've got like a load of podcasts and movies on in the background as well. So when it's really long, I time-lapse it ever so slightly, like I squeeze the video down. So say for example what you're seeing me drawing right now takes me 2 hours to do, then I'm still going to squeeze it down to about 45-50 minutes so that it matches the timing of this video. So don't try to keep pace, that would be mental. You always seem to draw better when I upload, thank you very much for saying so, or when you get a request for frame, it's pretty good. So here's a question. You've got some weird requests from a few people and you just won't do them. What are some of the weirder requests I've gotten? I have had some commissions requests which do involve, obviously not real life characters, but like, draw a sexy version of this anime character or that anime character, or can you do these two anime characters making out? And it's never been something too graphic. It's not like, please draw this particular anime character getting horribly gangbanged or something like that. But it'll be something like, these two anime characters making out, and you're just like, oh, okay. And then I have a look at what that anime is to bring myself up to speed. And those characters themselves, I appreciate they're made up, but the actual characters are like, you know, like 12 to 14 or something like that, and I'm just like, I don't think, and I know like it's like, you know, it doesn't sort of make you a pedophile or something, but I just look at it, I'm like, I'm pretty sure I shouldn't draw that. Like, I think I can get in trouble. So like, I do have stuff like that I have to steer clear of. Other than that, other really weird ones, I have had like just some really like fucking random requests in that, what was it like? So if you guys, oh fuck, what's the name of this dude? It's not Chris the Simpsons artist, which is a particular guy. It's dude, he draws art on Microsoft Paint. Okay, this guy's, like, his art is so fucking fun. I'm gonna have to keep you a quick moment. What is the name? Artist. I'm on Google right now, who draws anything in MS Paint. So he uses just Microsoft Paint, the most simple version. Jim will paint it. That's it. Right. If you, especially because he's an English artist, so maybe you guys have never heard of him if you're in the States. Absolutely, you must check out Jim will paint it, which isn't good anymore because it's from like, the name is a reference to Jim will fix it, and Jim obviously turned out to be a massive paedophile, and he had to like, was he like really rapey as well? But Jim will paint it. JIM''L paint it. His name is Jim, and he just uses Microsoft Paint, and he'll paint any request, and like the stuff he gets going is fucking mental. It'd be like, please paint a picture of Christopher Walken getting attacked by owls who are all vomiting rainbows, and just random shit like that. So do check out what's going on there. And I have had a few really fucking random requests like that before for my own artwork, which to be fair I've actually thoroughly enjoyed drawing. So yeah, I do get really random ones. I've had a few which I've declined because they've not been okay in my book. What about you, Wyatt A. Pooch? What have you had? And also, you laughed at the first comment Pervy said, but you wouldn't think it's a bad thing. Drawing sexy chicks is always fun. It is. You're practicing drawing sexy chicks, and your girlfriend always loves and supports your art, as well as a small few bunch as well. Good for you, sir. Excellent. Oh my goodness, how are we doing for time? Oh, I've not managed to get all the comments. We're going to speed through a few of them. Danish D Water, Lemish 2099, Mags with a load of numbers, and Halo Guy, as well as Honest Visual Arts in My Life, all basically say hello and nice art. Thank you very much to each and every single one of you. Edgar Ornea says, to answer a question I asked before, you've been watching all of my tutorials and drawing from elementary school to your high school art. Your teachers are gifted drawers but horrible at teaching. The students draw until you saw the sexy girl anime tutorials and said how detailed I was about my drawings, which helped a shit ton. Japanese bow. Ray. Even though you're Hispanic, you went from unnaturally weird arm, stomach, leg, head, and chest until you saw my tutorials. So yeah, they helped. You're in the middle of an original piece of artwork at the moment you'd like to show me if given a chance. Yeah, link me on here or jump onto Facebook. I'll eventually get around to it there. All are welcome. Although a lot of you guys are now direct messaging me on Twitter these days, which is, you know, completely fine. But it's just another place where I have to make sure that I've checked if I'm up to date with responding to everybody. Ah, technology. Xavier Frostday says, what a coincidence. You've just finished a sketch just after I've done a sketch of myself. You've done Jack of Valentine from Guilty Gear and linked to your artwork, which I'm opening in the new tab. I'm really kind of rushing out the end of it. Over to your Instagram. Ah, very good, sir. Very good indeed. But you know what? You're doing the chicken scratching as well. I can tell from your line work. Excellent. Not that I've got a problem with it at all. It's a particular style. But now that somebody's mentioned chicken scratching, I'm always keeping an eye open for it. Sexual Bread Ninja says, sometimes you can just go right into the final drawing, but other times you sketch out the building blocks first. Good for you, sir. Either's fine. And the difference in quality is, however, pretty noticeable. The one where you go right to the final drawing is hell's worse. Same for me, quite often. Same for me. Dragon Law Studios just wanted to say, hi, you inspired me to take up traditional art again. Oh, dude, that's fucking awesome. Really pleased to hear it. Cool. You're sketching in the sketchbook again, and you're shockingly surprised about how much digital drawing skills have improved your traditional drawing without knowing it. Oh, good news. Drawing traditionally, I guess because I've started that way, whereas other people might just be digital their whole lives now. But drawing traditionally for me is always a bit easier. Slayer X, Sir Mikey, you've just wanted to say you've recently been practicing on drawing nude characters. Interesting. And you kind of draw with both shapes and just from drawing with the direct final image as well. You're part of the hashtag hardcore crew and you said some nice things. Thank you very much. So sorry I've got to just speed through your comments, and especially you as well, King of Dongles. You're getting along just fine. I'm going to have to read the rest of that later. You've done the explicit. I'm not even going to get. Not even going to read that. Not even going to get out. Good for you, sir. Whatever makes you happy. Oh my god, your comment is fucking long anyway. King of Dongles, know that I am reading your comment, but I'm not going to read it all out and go through on here just because we're running out of time. I'm so sorry. Noxy Blackwing, Heya and Wyatt Pooch Heya as well, and Casey Ellis. Thank you so much for the nice things. Oh, and you're really getting into Ghost in the Shell and you like it. And do I take fan mail? Not yet, but I'll have to do something in the future. All of you guys, thank you so much for all of your comments, for really nice reading it through. Still keep an eye on King of Dongle's essay over here as well. You guys are obviously awesome. Why are you awesome? Simply because you followed along or commented or clicked or subscribed or just, you know, hung out on the channel. I bloody love it for you. It is a pleasure having you along. However, we've come to the end of the episode. You can tell I'm struggling now, like all my words are sounding really, really weird. I just want to sip my coffee. I hope you guys have a lovely week. The theme for this episode is, what is your favourite anime? But the also other theme for your hashtag hardcore crew, made it to the end, is like, yeah, how did you first get into anime more than anything? Actually, let's make that the question for next episode as well. And what was the other thing? I must draw xenomorphs as well in the sketchbook. Okay, brilliant, got it. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.